In the heart of the village of Ketu lived a woman named Grace. Grace was known for her kindness and strength, qualities that earned her the respect and admiration of her fellow villagers. Her life, however, took a tragic turn when her beloved husband, Adam, passed away unexpectedly. The loss of Adam left a void in Grace's heart and a heavy burden on her shoulders. Left alone to care for their young daughter, Araba, Grace faced the daunting task of providing for her family by herself. Despite the overwhelming grief, Grace found solace in her daughter. Araba was the light of her life, and Grace was determined to ensure that she never wanted for anything. Every day, Grace worked tirelessly in the fields, her hands rough and calloused from the hard labor. She took on odd jobs around the village, washing clothes, mending fences, and selling produce at the market. The villagers often marveled at her resilience and unyielding spirit. Araba, under her mother's care, grew into a beautiful and spirited young girl. Her ebony skin glowed with health, and her bright eyes sparkled with life. She was the talk of the village, admired not only for her beauty, but also for her charm and wit. Many young men vied for her attention, hoping to win her heart. Grace, however, remained vigilant, watching over her daughter with a protective eye. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, casting a golden hue over the village, Araba sat with her mother outside their modest home. The air was filled with the sounds of crickets and the distant laughter of children playing. Araba turned to her mother, her voice tinged with excitement. "Mama, there is something I need to tell you," Araba began, her eyes shining. Grace looked at her daughter, a sense of foreboding settling in her chest. "What is it, my child?" she asked gently. "I have feelings for someone," Araba confessed. "His name is David." Grace's heart sank. She had heard of David, the handsome but notorious player in the village. He was known for his charm and good looks, but also for his habit of breaking hearts. Grace had hoped that her daughter would stay away from him. "Araba, you must be careful," Grace said, her voice filled with concern. "David is not the kind of man you should trust with your heart. He has a reputation for leaving a trail of broken hearts behind him." But Araba, blinded by youthful passion, could not be swayed. "Mama, you don't understand. David is different with me. He loves me. I can feel it." Grace sighed, knowing that her words might not reach her daughter's heart. "Just promise me you will be cautious. Do not let him take advantage of your innocence." Araba nodded, but Grace could see the determination in her eyes. Despite her mother's warnings, Araba continued to see David in secret, sneaking out at night to meet him under the cover of darkness. The more time she spent with him, the deeper she fell in love, ignoring the growing worries in her heart. Months passed, and Araba's once bright eyes grew dim with worry. She discovered she was pregnant. Overwhelmed with shame and fear, she confided in David, hoping he would stand by her side. But David, true to his reputation, abandoned her, leaving Araba to face her predicament alone. Araba's eyes filled with tears. Heartbroken and devastated, Araba returned home to her mother. Grace was deeply hurt by her daughter's plight, but she still stood by her side. She offered Araba unconditional support and love, guiding her through the difficult months of pregnancy. Araba's pregnancy was difficult. Still a teenager herself, she struggled with the weight of her choices and the harsh judgment of the villagers. Grace shielded her as best as she could, but the whispers and pointed fingers were inescapable. When her baby girl Erica was born, Araba found it hard to bond with her. She resented the child, seeing her as a constant reminder of her mistakes and David's betrayal. Desperate and overwhelmed, Araba made a heart-wrenching decision. Without a word, she left the baby in her mother's care and fled the village in the dead of night, hoping to escape her past and start anew. Grace found out about her daughter's departure and was heartbroken. She looked at the innocent face of her granddaughter and swore to give her all the love and care she could muster. Erica would grow up knowing she was cherished, even if her mother had abandoned her. Grace's resolve was unyielding. She would not let her granddaughter suffer for her daughter's mistakes. Years passed, and Grace raised Erica with all the love and care she had once given to Araba. She was a bright and lively young girl. Erica grew up in the village, surrounded by whispers. The villagers often talked about her unusual birth and her mother's abandonment. Despite the gossip, Grace's unwavering love and support shielded Erica from the harsh reality of her circumstances. Grace told Erica stories of her mother, painting a picture of a woman who had left to seek a better life for them both. Grace's health began to decline as the years went by. Erica, now 12, took on more responsibilities, caring for her ailing grandmother while also attending school. One cold evening, Grace's frail body could no longer fight, and she passed away, leaving Erica alone and heartbroken. News of Grace's death reached Araba in the city. Araba, who left the village 12 years ago, was now living a comfortable life in the city. She got married to Michael, a successful businessman, and they had 2 children together. When she heard the news of her mother's death, guilt and regret overwhelmed her, not going back to see her mother all these years. She knew she had to return to the village she had tried so hard to forget. The memories of her past mistakes and the life she had abandoned haunted her. But duty tugged at her heart. She had to face her past and give her mother a befitting burial. Araba arrived in the village, greeted by whispers and sidelong glances from the villagers who remembered her departure. She found Erica standing by her grandmother's grave, tears streaming down her face. As Araba approached, Erica looked up, her eyes wide with a mixture of hope and confusion. "Mama?" Erica whispered, her voice trembling. But Araba did not respond to the little girl's call. She felt like a stranger to her own child. Araba did not feel any maternal love for the young girl. Whenever she looks at Erica's face and bright eyes, all her old resentments and regrets resurfaces. It reminded her too much of the life she had tried to escape. Despite her internal struggle, Araba knew she had to be responsible for Erica. She couldn't abandon her daughter a second time, but the presence of Erica, a living reminder of her past mistakes, filled her with a bitterness she couldn't shake. So after Grace's funeral, Araba decided to take Erica back to the city, but not out of love or maternal duty. Instead, it was a means to keep her past hidden and maintain the facade of her new life. Erica, hopeful and naive, believed her mother had returned to take care of her out of love. She clung to the hope that they would finally be a family. But the harsh reality soon shattered her dreams. Upon arriving in the city, Araba introduced Erica to her husband Michael and their 2 children, Quabena and Linda, not as her daughter, but as a new maid. "This is Erica," Araba announced coldly. "She will be helping around the house from now on." Erica's heart sank. The joy and hope she had felt were replaced by confusion and despair. Her mother, who she thought had come to rescue her, denied her existence and relegated her to the role of a servant. The betrayal cut deep. But Erica complied, hoping to find a way to earn her mother's love. Determined to keep her new life separate from her past, Araba warned Erica sternly, "You must never tell them who you really are. If you do, I will send you away, and you will have no one." Erica, confused and hurt, complied with her mother's wishes. Life in the city was harsh. Erica was given the hardest chores and was often treated with cruelty by the family, especially by her 2 step-siblings. Quabena and Linda were 8 and 10 years old, respectively. They were spoiled and rude from a very young age. Their parents gave them whatever they asked for and never punished them for their wrongdoings. The siblings particularly enjoyed ordering and tormenting the servants in the house till they cried. Most of the servants were afraid of them. For some reason, despite having their own personal nannies, they enjoyed tormenting Erica. "Maid, fetch water for my bath," Linda would demand, her voice dripping with disdain. She would deliberately spill the water, forcing Erica to fetch more, while she and Quabena laughed at her misfortune. Quabena, too, was merciless. "You're nothing but a servant here," he would sneer, kicking over the bucket of water Erica carried, making her start all over again. His words cut deeper than any physical blow, eroding Erica's spirit day by day. Araba never says a word and is silent, whenever she witnesses how her 2 children treated Erica. Araba, who Erica still longed to call mother, also treated her with cold indifference. "You must scrub the floors until they shine," Araba would order, turning a blind eye to Erica's blistered hands and exhausted frame. "You will earn your keep in this house." Erica's room was a small, dark storage space beneath the stairs, barely large enough to lie down in. Each night she would curl up on the hard floor, her body aching from the day's labor, and cry herself to sleep. Her dreams were filled with memories of her grandmother's gentle touch and the stories Grace used to tell her, bringing a fleeting comfort that vanished with the morning light. The cruelty she faced in the house extended beyond the physical tasks. Erica was often humiliated in front of the other servants and visitors. Araba would correct her harshly, sometimes in front of her rich friends, pointing out her supposed incompetence. "How many times do I have to tell you to do it right, Erica? Do you want to shame this household?" Araba would shout, her words like daggers piercing Erica's already fragile heart. Meals were another source of torment. While the family dined on sumptuous dishes, Erica was given scraps, barely enough to sustain her. The hunger gnawed at her, a constant reminder of her lowly status in the household. She would often watch from the kitchen as her step-siblings enjoyed their meals, her stomach growling and her spirit withering. During the cold nights, while the family slept comfortably in their warm beds, Erica shivered in her small damp room. The thin blanket provided little warmth, and the hard floor offered no comfort. Each night she would pray for a better life, for a chance to escape the misery that had become her daily existence. Despite the harsh treatment, Erica endured. She clung to the memories of her grandmother's love and the hope that one day her mother would see her for who she truly was. But as time passed, her hope began to wane. The cruelty of her new family weighed heavily on her young shoulders, and the light in her eyes dimmed. The next 3 years were a test of Erica's endurance and spirit. 15 years old Erica would work from dawn till dusk, scrubbing floors, washing clothes, and tending to the needs of Araba's family. The constant mistreatment and lack of affection weighed heavily on her young heart. Erica often found solace in the memories of her grandmother and the stories she had told her about love and resilience. Those memories were her sanctuary, a place where she could escape the harsh reality of her existence. One fateful day, overwhelmed by exhaustion and despair, Erica fainted by the roadside while running errands. She lay there, unnoticed and uncared for, until an old, wealthy woman named Madame Joyce happened to pass by. Madame Joyce, known for her compassion and charitable acts, was moved by the sight of the young girl lying helplessly on the ground. She ordered her driver to stop and carried Erica into her car. "We cannot leave her here," Madame Joyce instructed, her voice firm with resolve. "Take her to my home immediately." They drove to her grand home, where Madame Joyce's servants quickly attended to the young girl's needs. When Erica awoke, she found herself in a soft bed, surrounded by warmth and comfort. Madame Joyce sat beside her, her eyes filled with concern and kindness. "Child, what has happened to you?" Madame Joyce asked gently. Through tears, Erica recounted her story, from her abandonment in the village to the harsh life she endured in the city. Madame Joyce listened intently, her heart breaking for the young girl. She decided then and there to take Erica under her wing. "You are safe now, my dear. You will stay with me, and I will take care of you," Madame Joyce promised. Erica, overwhelmed with gratitude, agreed to work for Madame Joyce as a way of repaying her kindness. She took on the household chores with fervor, proving herself to be a diligent and reliable helper. But Madame Joyce had other plans. She saw potential and determination in Erica and decided to adopt her officially. She enrolled Erica in school, providing her with the education and care she had been denied. Meanwhile, back in Araba's household, Erica's absence went unnoticed. Her so-called family continued their lives without a thought for the girl they had mistreated. Araba did not even care to know where Erica had disappeared to. She even thought, maybe with Erica gone, I would no longer be reminded of the past. As Erica began her new life, she found herself surrounded by love and support. Madame Joyce treated her like her own daughter, showering her with affection and guidance. For the first time in years, Erica felt truly loved and valued. Madame Joyce, a woman of wealth and influence, made sure that Erica had everything she needed to thrive. She ensured that Erica's transition into her new life was smooth, providing her with the best clothes, a comfortable room, and access to all the resources she needed to succeed. Education became a priority. So Madame Joyce personally tutored Erica in the evenings, helping her catch up on the years she had missed. She encouraged Erica to ask questions and explore her interests. "Your mind is a garden," she would say, "and it needs nurturing to bloom." Under her guidance, Erica began to excel in her studies, her confidence growing with each passing day. Erica's days were now filled with joy and purpose. She attended school, eager to learn and make the most of the opportunities before her. She made new friends and began to dream of a bright future. The once shy and withdrawn girl blossomed under the care and guidance of Madame Joyce. At home, the evenings were spent in the warm company of Madame Joyce, who shared stories of her own life and imparted wisdom and encouragement. "You are stronger than you know, Erica," she would say. "Never let anyone make you feel less than you are." Madame Joyce's household was a place of love and respect. The servants, seeing how their mistress treated Erica, followed suit, treating her with kindness and dignity. Erica no longer felt like an outsider. She was part of a family that cherished her. She had her own room, decorated with care and filled with books and clothes that Madame Joyce had chosen just for her. The bond between Erica and Madame Joyce grew stronger with each passing day. Erica worked hard in school, excelling in her studies and making her new mother proud. She wanted to repay Madame Joyce for the kindness and love she had shown her. This determination fueled her drive to succeed, and she thrived in her new environment. As the months turned into years, Erica's confidence grew. She participated in school activities, won awards, and became a role model for other children. She was no longer the timid girl who had been mistreated and unloved. With Madame Joyce's support, she had transformed into a strong, capable young woman with a bright future ahead of her. Despite her newfound happiness, Erica never forgot her past. She often reflected on the harsh treatment she had endured and the love she had received from her grandmother. These memories fueled her determination to succeed and honor the sacrifices made for her. She vowed to make Madame Joyce proud and to one day give back the kindness she had received. Years passed and Erica's hard work and dedication paid off. She graduated at the top of her class, her achievements celebrated by teachers and peers alike. Her success did not go unnoticed. She earned a scholarship to a prestigious university. It was an opportunity that opened doors to a future she had only dreamed of. She chose to study business and economics, driven by a desire to create a better future for herself and to honor Madame Joyce's unwavering faith in her. Throughout her years at university, Erica remained in close contact with Madame Joyce. The old woman's letters and phone calls were a constant source of encouragement, and her financial support ensured that Erica could focus on her studies without worry. "Remember, you are never alone," Madame Joyce would remind her. "I am with you in spirit, every step of the way." Erica thrived in her new environment. She absorbed knowledge with enthusiasm, excelling in her courses and participating in extracurricular activities. Her professors admired her dedication and passion, often praising her in front of her peers. But despite her busy schedule, Erica always found time to help others. She tutored struggling students and volunteered at local charities, and shared her story of resilience and hope whenever she could. During her final year of university, Erica met a young man named George. He was kind, intelligent, and shared Erica's passion for making a positive impact in their community. Their paths crossed at a student leadership conference, and they quickly became close. George was drawn to Erica's strength and compassion, and Erica found solace in George's unwavering support and understanding. They spent countless hours discussing their dreams and plans, finding in each other a partner who believed in the power of change. Upon graduating, Erica and George decided to start a business together. They wanted to create an organization that provided educational resources and opportunities to underprivileged children. "Education is the key to breaking the cycle of poverty," Erica would often say. "If we can give these children a chance, we can change their lives forever." George agreed wholeheartedly, and together they began to turn their vision into reality. Their venture, aptly named Hope for Tomorrow, quickly gained traction. They started small, holding workshops and tutoring sessions in local communities. But their passion and dedication caught the attention of donors and volunteers, and soon their organization grew. They opened learning centers, developed scholarship programs, and provided mentorship to hundreds of children. Each success story reminded Erica of her own journey and the incredible support she had received from Madame Joyce. Erica's relationship with George blossomed alongside their business. They became inseparable, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. So the young couple decided to get married. Erica and George's wedding was a grand affair, attended by friends, family, and colleagues. Madame Joyce, though frail, attended with tears of joy in her eyes. Erica felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the woman who had saved her and given her a new lease on life. Madame Joyce watched Erica's progress with immense pride. She had always known that Erica was special, destined for greatness. Seeing her adopted daughter succeed and make a difference in the world was a source of profound joy. Erica, too, never forgot the woman who had given her a second chance. She visited Madame Joyce often, sharing stories of her achievements and expressing her gratitude for the life she'd been given. As the years flew by, Erica's life became a testament to resilience and hard work. She and George continued to expand, hope for tomorrow, reaching more communities and changing more lives. They helped many children achieve their dreams, just as Madame Joyce had helped Erica. Their organization had grown into a beacon of hope, providing educational opportunities and mentorship to countless underprivileged children. Erica, who had once been an abandoned child herself, was now a pillar of strength and inspiration to many. Meanwhile, Araba's life took a different turn over the years. She had built a comfortable life in the city with her new family, but the foundation of her happiness was fragile. Her secrets and the guilt of abandoning and mistreating Erica gnawed at her soul. Despite her husband's wealth, their home was anything but peaceful. Her two children, Quabena and Linda, were spoiled and unruly, often getting into trouble at school and causing distress in the household. One day, news spread through the city about the remarkable work being done by Erica and George's organization. Araba couldn't escape the whispers and the praise lavished upon Erica. It became impossible to avoid the stories of the girl she had discarded, now grown into a successful, influential woman. The realization of her actions and the life she had denied Erica haunted her every waking moment. Araba's past soon caught up with her. Her husband, Michael, curious about the extraordinary woman making headlines, discovered Erica's true identity. The revelation shattered him. He confronted Araba, demanding to know why she had hidden such a significant part of her life. The betrayal and lies were too much for Michael to bear, and he decided to leave Araba, taking Linda and Quabena with him. Her children, seeing their father's anger, began to distance themselves from her. Araba, now alone, faced the full weight of her actions. Her children, who had once been the center of her world, were gone. Her comfortable life crumbled, leaving her with nothing but regret. The home that had once been filled with luxury and opulence was now a hollow shell, echoing with the consequences of her past. One day, while wandering the streets in despair, Araba came across a charity event hosted by Erica and George's organization. She saw her daughter, radiant and confident, speaking passionately about the importance of education and opportunity. Araba's heart ached with a mix of pride and regret. She wanted to approach Erica, to beg for forgiveness, but she felt unworthy. Instead, she watched from a distance, knowing that her daughter had grown into a remarkable young woman despite the pain she had caused. Desperate and broken, Araba sought solace in alcohol, trying to drown the pain of her loneliness and the haunting memories of her cruelty. But there was no escape. Her health deteriorated rapidly, and she found herself bedridden, plagued by illness and remorse. She spent her remaining years reflecting on her actions and the family she had lost. She realized too late the true value of love and kindness. Her life became a lesson, a reminder of the consequences of neglect and the redemptive power of forgiveness. Meanwhile, Erica's life continued to flourish. Her hard work and dedication had paid off, and she had built a family filled with love and support. George remained her steadfast partner, and together they raised their children with the same values that had guided their lives. Erica never forgot Madame Joyce's teachings and the love she had received, passing these lessons on to her own family. Erica's story, a testament to the power of love and second chances, inspired many. And as Erica continued her work with hope for tomorrow, she carried with her the lessons of her past, ensuring that no child would ever feel abandoned or unloved again. Thanks for watching. Please kindly subscribe to this channel and like this video to support the channel. See you in our next video.